How much money should a guy make per year?
Just wait. One of their answers just might surprise you.
Easily 400,000 or more, easily. 40K at most.
And there we have it. All is not lost. A young woman with actual realistic expectations.
That's my boyfriend. My boyfriend's manager at Walmart. He makes like 45 most. I'm embarrassed that you're proud of that.
Really? When there are so many better reasons that someone should be embarrassed.
Your boyfriend is the supervisor of Walmart. Yeah, absolutely not. That's embarrassing. My boyfriend pays for everything. He pays for our groceries, my gas, our apartment, everything. Okay, and I'm independent.
When they say they're independent, it kind of makes you wonder how much money they make, since they have such high expectations in regards to how much their future partner is going to make.
You wouldn't date someone with less than 400K?
Absolutely not. Joke's on you, because my boyfriend is thriving.
And that young lady, might I add, not only has realistic expectations, but also is supportive of the man that she is with, is going to make some man very happy and very lucky.
They call themselves high-value women. Educated. Successful. Independent. They've built careers, traveled the world, and say they don't need a man. Until they realize men don't want them. Now, they're shocked. They can't understand why the men they want aren't interested. Because they were told that being enough meant chasing success, not becoming someone worth building with. But in 2025, the truth is finally showing. Men have changed.
I've cut out men and I've cut out dating and I've never been more peaceful. Well, that is great for you. So what I want to know is who was the first person to tell all the girlies that going on online dating sites is the equivalent of like putting themselves onto a cheap buffet? Or furthermore, who was the first person to tell all the girlies that if they go to a singles event to meet other singles, that they're essentially putting themselves on clearance? Whoever those people were, I want you to step to the front because I want to have a little talk with you.
I'm going to say that again. If you are stuck worrying about a man, he is not worrying about you. When you worry about a man, that puts you as a girly pop. It takes you out of your juicy, flowy, feminine energy and puts you into your masculine energy, where now you're trying to control the situation. You're trying to make sure that there's a plan and that everything's taken care of and that everything will go according to plan. So that's you being so in your masculine that is trying to control, that also is trying to worry, that is trying to come up with a plan. What we're going to do instead is come back to ourselves and say, okay, whether this man chooses to text me or not, whether he chooses to make plans or not, whether he decides that he's invested in me or not is none of my business. I know I am worthy of investing in. I know my energy is my currency. And how can I best use my energy right now to level up myself? Do I need to go get my nails done? Do I need to go to the gym? Maybe I need to just sit down and read a book for once. Put my phone down and breathe. Maybe I need to go on a walk. What can I do to make sure that I feel so safe in myself right now? I'm going to go and do whatever the fuck that is.
Today, more women than ever are single by choice, or at least, that's what they tell themselves. But deep down, many are realizing that choice doesn't feel as empowering as it used to. They say, where are all the good men? The answer? They're still here, they've just stopped chasing women who think their worth comes with a resume. Modern women confuse status with substance. They think being high value means earning 6 figures or having a degree. But men don't fall in love with titles. Men fall in love with peace, respect, and femininity, the things success can't buy.
In your early 30s and single, girl, it is amazing. Don't feel rushed. It is not scary, I promise you. I just got home from seeing 2 girlfriends. I've been out and about, hot girl walks. I just made a chocolate ninja creamy. I'm going to go out later tonight. The only responsibility I have is to be on a Zoom at 12 o'clock on Monday. And I am booked and busy. For making your own money, owning your own shit. You don't have to put up with anyone yapping in your ear. Trust me. You will have kids at some point if you want kids. Do not worry. Do not rush it. You will have time. My mom had my sister when she was 39 without any help. I have many girlfriends that have kids and they're so grateful that they have their kids. But dude, do they wish that they could book a Pilates class whenever they want, or go for a walk, or go out to dinner, or go for drinks whenever they want without having to book a babysitter? Yes. And I'm sorry, I get to do my 10-step skincare without a little guy like yapping in my ear to hurry up. There's a time and a place for everything, so embrace this.
For years, society told women, focus on yourself. Build your empire. The right man will come when you're ready. But the problem is, when they finally look up from their empire, the men they want have already built theirs, and moved on. They're not dating down. They're dating different. They're choosing women who bring value to their lives, not competition against them. Because no man wants to feel like he's in a power struggle in his own home. The modern, high-value woman was sold a dream. And now, she's waking up alone.
Dating in your 30s, it's starting to feel hopeless for me. So I went on a nice dinner date with a guy, and we're having pretty good conversation. Of course, he's asking the getting to know you question. So he asks me if I have any kids, and of course I say no, I don't have any kids. I ask him, oh, what about you? And then he says he has 3. I'm like, oh, that's cute. You know, I mean, every guy's, by now, I'm like, okay, everyone has kids, so it's expected. Then he says, we listen, we don't judge. And I just look at him, I'm just like, listen, we don't judge, what? He goes and he says he has 3 baby moms. Now to me, 3 baby moms, that's a red flag. That's an automatic red flag. Because you had 1, 2, and if you're going for a 3rd one, that's, like, I think that's stretching it. And then he adds on to the conversation, I don't mind having a 4th one.
Men today aren't intimidated by successful women. They're indifferent. They've realized that dating someone who leads with ego isn't peace, it's pressure. So they choose quiet loyalty over loud independence. They'd rather build a kingdom with a woman who respects the foundation than one who wants to compete for the throne. Men have options now, and they're using them wisely. The world told women to act like men. Now, men are treating them like men, and women don't like it.
This might hurt some feelings, but caring how much a guy spends on a date is lower class coded. I feel like I'm in a pretty good position to say this. I've been lower class, I've been higher class, and I was surrounded by the elite long enough to know that they do coffee dates, they do walk dates, they have enough money and security themselves to not evaluate a guy based on how much he's spending on them. Now, of course, there's an element in dating of making sure that a guy is generous and hospitable. In my opinion, he should be paying on the date and he should be picking dates that he can pay for. But it's such a weird hyperfixation that the high-value woman dating community has on what a guy spends on you, because it really just has no bearing on how he feels about you or how he'll be as a partner. And it's something that you only care about if deep down you know that this is just a farce that you're putting on. Because if you really could take yourself to nice restaurants, you wouldn't be so focused on a guy doing that for you. And of the extremely wealthy men I know, if a girl ever turned down a coffee date with them and tried to use one of those lines from the stupid dating coaches on here and was like, actually, I'm accustomed to more than a coffee date, then he'd kick her to the curb because she'd look like a gold digger. And he'd be right to do that because his future wife isn't someone who's going to be shallow or trashy like that. Now, the kicker here is that most people will date and end up marrying in their same social class. So it's really funny that all this high-value woman dating advice is all about faking it till you make it. Because the thing is, these women aren't even faking it well. They're wearing Shein old money outfits that they saw on TikTok, and they're nickel and diming men thinking that that's how you pretend to be a rich person. And I'm not saying this to shame anyone's financial situation, but I will shame pretending to be something that you're not, especially when you treat people on your level like garbage in order to do it.
Being high value was never about status. It was about character. Femininity, respect, empathy, self-awareness, those are timeless traits. But in the chase for independence, many women lost what made them truly desirable. The truth is, men aren't rejecting women because of their success. They're rejecting arrogance, entitlement, and lack of emotional depth. A kind woman will always outshine a high-value one. Because peace is the new luxury.
I heard a girl the other day say it's gonna be hard for her to find a boyfriend because, like, she's a lot and, like, not everyone can handle her. And I fear that's literally the whole point. If you were for everyone and compatible with everyone, then dating wouldn't be this difficult. I was single for 10 years, and I'm a lot. People have always said I'm a lot. And they always told me that I needed someone who could handle me, as if that was a bad thing. So basically, it was always kind of reframed in a way that I had to be less myself, and that never made sense to me. I was like, okay, if I have to be myself forever, because unfortunately, like, I'm stuck with this personality, this is who I am, How am I going to meet someone and like tone myself down and then not be myself? Like, does that not defeat the purpose? Although I overall had a very good mentality and I am naturally a very confident person, I'd be lying to you if I said those type of comments didn't get to me. And between you and I wasn't myself with pretty much anyone I ever dated. Because I let that get to me on such a subconscious level that I just didn't know how to be myself fully.
So when you hear women asking, where have all the good men gone? Understand this, they didn't disappear. They evolved. They stopped chasing validation and started protecting their peace. And now, the women who thought they were too good for them are realizing they were never as high value as they believed.
People that saw like enough of me, but then I also feel like I would try to like play some type of part around them, which was silly. But the point is, being myself mattered. The first night that I met my boyfriend, I was forced to be 100% myself, which was not the most natural thing for me when I was meeting guys, but it's what happened. And thankfully, that means I'm with someone who doesn't think I'm too much. My friends think he's on crack for saying that, but he has described me as chill on several occasions. And he embraces all those parts of me that people kind of judge. And I embrace the parts of him that people might judge too. It's not only women who can be too much, by the way. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents. If you're struggling to find someone who is compatible with you and fits you because people keep telling you that you're too much, that's a good thing. Just saying. Okay, see you later.
This has been Sigma Chronicles, where truth speaks louder than comfort. Stay focused. Stay aware. Stay Sigma.
That's today's chapter of the Sigma Chronicles. Subscribe for more unfiltered reality.